Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today, going to Michael's. I used to have a small sketchbook, like little, like the size of my hand, right? And it was great because like when I was on the train or if I was traveling, throw it in my bag, I'd have it on me, and if I felt the need to express myself drawing, artistically, I had it on me. It was great. My friends, I have turned my apartment upside down and inside out, and I cannot find it. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it, where it landed. So time has come to get another one because it was a good thing for me to have. It was good for my mind. It was good for my soul and my creative spirit. So I'm off to get another sketchbook, and while I'm there, might as well see what's new at Michael's. Well, I might as well walk around, see what's new, and maybe if I want to plant something in David's head. It's almost Memorial Day. They have all this red, white, and blue stuff, and what is this? I don't know. Okay, I'll put that back. They have this little patriotic pooch, pretty adorable. And they have a whole aisle filled with all this patriotic merch. Flowers and garland and bells and florals, a little bit of everything. I thought these were so nifty. Like, imagine being a little pixie in a forest, and these are like your little pixie homes. And this is like your living room furniture. You have like a little hanging seat. Yeah. Now, although I like the color scheme on this, a sign that says Rebel. In my opinion, if you're a rebel, you don't need a sign to announce that. That's just my thought on that. Then there are these pillows, and they're interesting. They are supposed to look like purses or maybe like a designer handbag, but they're pillows. They are pillows. We also have all the Pride merch coming in stock here. We have some wreaths and garland. We got some hats and a hip bag with the rainbow on it. We are all ready for Pride Month here. So I saw all this fun, like, summertime stuff, and they had this, like, balloon launcher thing. And I was thinking it would be fun to have, like, 2 of these, and then you play catch with the water balloons, and it really motivates you to not miss. Okay, this is what I came here for. I have found the sketch pads. There's all different types. Oh, I like this one. It has a spiral binding. It's a little bit big. Let's see, what about this one? No, this is also the same size. Then I found these notebooks also. They're about the same size as the others. The dimensions are a little bit different. They have really cool covers for them, but they're all lined. They're all lined paper. They're not sketchbooks, they're journals. Ah, wait a minute. We might be onto something here. We have tiny sketchbooks. And this is the small one compared to the other one. So I ended up getting the very small, the very tiny little notebook. It was a little bit smaller than I wanted, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go home and I will show you my little sketch pad and my hopes and dreams are for this thing. But let's head home. So I am home and I have my new little tiny sketchbook. So I went with this super small one. This is 4 inches by 4 inches. So this is actually a little bit smaller than I was intending to get, but that's okay. My old one was probably this high, but it was wider. It was like rectangular shaped. The other difference between my old one and this one is the binding. My old one was on a spiral, and this one has like a standard book binding. I kind of like the spiral better because then you could flip the cover around and you could just prop it up or lay it flat. Where this is sort of like, I'm gonna have to like prop it open. Like, I'll show you what I mean. This does have this little elastic, which is nice to keep it closed. But like when you take the elastic off and you open it up, right? Like while you're drawing, you have to sort of like keep the book open, right? You have to like hold it open like that. Whereas if it had a spiral, I could just flip it around to the back and not put pressure on the seam. So that was sort of like why I like the spiral better than this, but they didn't have any spirals in the teeny tiny size. They had the 8 by 5.5, but they didn't have anything smaller with a spiral binding. So this is what I went with, and I like it because it's small. I could take it with me anywhere. The other thing that I would carry with me was this little pouch. So it's just basically 2 pencils, right? And they're of different, like the I don't know if it's still graphite that they use in pencils, but like, you know, the part that writes, right, of different softnesses. Because if you have a softer, I'm gonna call it graphite, if it might not be graphite, but if you have a softer graphite, you can pencil darker with less pressure, right? So it's good for shading, whereas like something that has a firmer graphite is good for like sketching the edges, or if you're trying to shade very lightly and you want to be very light-handed in what you're doing, right? The other thing that's in here is an eraser and this little smudgy thing. It's like basically almost like a rolled up paper into a pencil form, and you use it to help smudge. So you like draw your line and you help with shading. You could like diffuse it and pull the graphite out a little bit. And it's a really, really awesome tool. Actually, I'm in the middle of sketching something, and I'll show you what I was using something similar for. Let me show you. This is my bigger sketchbook, right? So this is like 8.5 by 11, and this is not done. Like, this is still a work in progress. But yes, I'm drawing Johnny Depp. Yes, that's what I'm doing. But like, look at the hat. I am so happy with how this hat is coming out. I'm like so stoked. This is awesome. But like, that's what I'm talking about. I use the pencils and that smudgy kind of thing, that rolled up paper smudgy bit. I don't know what the right name for it is, but that was how I shaded the hat, right? Like the darker parts, I used a softer graphite, and then I used that smudgy thing to sort of pull the graphite down and use that to shade the hat. Pretty nifty if you ask me. But that's my style. That's how I like to draw. I'm not great at the outer edges, but shading I can do. Shading's where it's at for me. So now I have a tiny sketchbook that I could tote around with me. And it's great because you always have those moments, whether you're like on the train or you have an appointment and you're just sitting and waiting, right? Like, you always have those moments. And a lot of times, like, we'll just pull our phones out, right? And we're like on the social medias, or we're scrolling, or the Googles, or like we're looking stuff up. But like, I feel like I want more time to be creative. And if I can just squeeze it into those moments, right? And be intentional about those moments and really just sort of like make sure that I get to do something artistic and creative at least once a day. That's the goal, and that's sort of like the hopes and dreams of it. It's not necessarily that I'm drawing every single day or that I'm gonna have a masterpiece each time I put something in there, but just to have that outlet in a compact and portable way that I can bring with me, and I will never feel alone with my creativity. I will never feel like there's something stuck in me and I can't get it out because I don't have the tools. That is the goal. That is the goal. And hopefully that will be achieved. So I guess with that, I'm done for the day. I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.